Hey there, YouTube fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me with this tarot reading. It's going to be all signs, and you know me, I just like to chill. I'm a Virgo, so it doesn't matter. It's all good. You can be whoever, you can be whatever. I just want to chill, right? I prefer to focus on the positive vibes and the words of encouragement that we could all use right about now, whenever the heck it is that you find this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've already pre-shuffled and all that grooviness. If there's any television background noise, thank you for your patience. I am my mother's caregiver and she is old. That TV is loud. First card is the Dead End. Now fam, that seems so definitive, right? What's on the bottom? The Nectar. Okay, let's set that. I'm not putting that away. I'm going to set it right there. The Dead End right now is kind of giving me this vibe of, are you done with your loops yet? Are you sure that you're done with that cycle? Because you keep picking things back up that shouldn't even feel right to you anymore. And yet, because the fact that with the Dead End comes a new beginning, new options, doors close and then others open, and that's the cycle, right? But it's like there's a bunch of noise going around, right? There's a bunch of noise in your head and all of that, and it's like you want to get out, but someone feels like they're still tethered even though they thought they cut all those cords, right? It feels like I thought I was done, and yet. And the Nectar, I feel like the Nectar being on the bottom of the deck is pointing out that you're still doing the thing. You're still doing it. And maybe you need to be better about the confusion, right? And stop worrying about when exactly something's going to occur, when exactly you're going to reach a certain manifestation or goal, and just whatever you're reacting to, whatever is still affecting you and able to affect you is supposed to, because that is what you still need to work on. That's what you're still healing, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't feel like you're at a dead end. Otherwise, you wouldn't be like this hand trying to come out of the tar and the webbing, right? You wouldn't be stuck anymore. But I feel like you need to remember that it's all within you, right? To me, the bottom of the deck when doing readings like this is the main vibe. It's the main gist of what's going on. And you've recognized that you're special and your self-worth and all of that grooviness, you're healing, right? You're embracing those things. But there's still some healing to do. And the thing about this is you need to stop feeling like it's holding you back. Because you don't need to be perfect to live your happily ever after. You don't need to be perfect to succeed in your career or your schooling or whatever the heck it is that you're also doing. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need all of those things that society might have you believing that you need in order to do the thing, right? I feel like these are two poets underneath the Nectar. Of course you are. I feel like these are two sides of the yin and the yang coin, right? Recognizing that you have the ability to heal yourself, to save yourself, but also that others are drawn to you. And maybe that's part of what's holding you back is there's those, like, I take care of my mom, right? So I've been trying to figure out, like, I don't want to be her caregiver anymore. I want someone else who has chosen this career and this profession, right, to take over. I want to delegate that shit now. And I want to get my own place again. I miss having my own place and my own space and being, you know, respected. Maybe you can relate to that. So why? Why are these things able to cling to us? We're not clinging anymore, right? Maybe there are certain ideals And there's certain aspects of closure. There's certain things that you've been wanting or expecting or looking forward to that aren't quite happening. And you gotta, there's a specific mentality that really needs to be let go of. This isn't a dead end. This isn't purgatory, right? If we're hitting the end of a cycle, that means we're beginning a new one. Let it. What about the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck? I have so much to say about that, apparently. I love tarot and shit. So on the bottom, fam, is the Universe card. We're all just stardust. Which can be overwhelming for some, right? But the card that I drew is gray. Endings are inevitable. There's someone who is already fading away. Maybe it's a relative, maybe it's a dear friend that you've known for so long, but your paths are just going in different directions right now, and you need to remember that it's 2025. You have access to the internet at some point in your day, so you have access to be able to still communicate with them, right? Even if they're on the other side of the world right now. Hopefully you still have that kind of access to them at least, right? But also, maybe you need to let it go. Let it go. I'm pretty sure either way, that's the point. You gotta let it go. Remember that where there are endings, there are new beginnings, and you need to make space for new energy to come in. Whether you need to go through your closets, I'm looking at mine, don't mind me. Whether you're looking at your closets and you're like, there's a bunch of crap in here, taking up space, collecting dust that I haven't worn in years, then why do you still have it? I mean, if it's going to come back, then, you know, but maybe there's a better space for it. That's more intentional, right? Like in a bin or something. Out of the way, right? If you want a new wardrobe, if you want a new car, if you want a new whatever, then you need to go about figuring out how to get the current crap that you don't want anymore out of your way, out of your life, right? But, you know, don't just, okay, now I don't have a car. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that to yourself. I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I mean, right? That if there are people who, where it just is what it is, it doesn't have to be a negative, then why are you making it a negative? Because this card's driving me nuts, fam. And this person is like, it's like she's reaching out for the ship up there that's sailing away. And it's like, why are you so focused on the loss, the FOMO, the lack, instead of recognizing that you still have a lot to do? You still have a lot to experience, that we're not done yet. That cycle, that relationship, that bond is just moving on. And it's time. It's time for this, right? Let's see if we can get some clarification and find out through the tarot. I'm very silly. I hope you like silly. I don't sing very much, but when I do, I'm being silly. All right, so I like to think of the tarot as its own story. And maybe these archetypes and oracle cards are like the prologue, right? And then I'll have some extra notes at the end. Chapter 1, either way, is justice. All right. I had a feeling that's what's going on. Listen, if you're not handling your business, someone else will. And either you take it with some grace or you do what you can, right? If there's something that you feel like you played your part in this crap, first of all, bullshit. Second of all, this can be good things. This is like karmic balance. There may be something happening with the court system, maybe something you don't even know about, right? You have no idea what's going on underneath the surface of things. You know what is right in your face, right? So don't doubt what's going on otherwise. If you have this timeline that you're expecting, shit's happening either way, right? That's an 11 card. The 11 card has appeared. It's here. It has arrived. That's Libra. That's balance. If you're not understanding, Lady Justice also has a scale, right? That's one of the 3 cards where the sword is going straight up. There's no confusion. There is clarity. Karma knows what the checks and balances are, right? That's why I'm saying if there's something that, you know, take it with some grace. Choose to take it as a learning moment, a moment for an enlightenment. But I have a feeling the word that keeps going through my mind is the word grace. Whatever it is, just handle it with some grace. Now, my grandmother's name was Grace. Just for transparency. That might be why, you know, for all I know, she's sitting there going, it's just... That's very possible. Chapter 2. Noticing a theme here. Fam. What are you holding on to? What are you mourning? Because a theme lately has been, if we're thinking about the past, if anything has happened in the past, why are we still feeling those emotions? Time has gone by, right? If the thing about this card is that it's not only depression and mourning and loss and having a dark night of the soul and crying over spilled milk, whatever degree of emotions involved, it's the overlooking of the fact that there are 2 cups behind them. So while, yeah, this is the 5 of Cups card, it's split up though, right? In front are the, like, it's like the 3 celebrators from the 3 of Cups tossed them down because a tornado came through and it was horrible. Whatever the heck, they moved, they left. They're gone now. If this is because someone passed away, first of all, I'm really sorry. But also, you're being reminded of the 2 cups regardless. That there are 2 cups behind them. Get out of the way. Get out of your own way. Gentle, loving, respectful reminder to please get out of the way. You got 2 cups behind you. You got a bridge that can take you over troubled water. There's a little, you know, yes. There's life still to live. There are others to meet, to love, to experience. And whatever it is going to be carried with you, whether it's a person in your heart that you've learned from and that's how they live on, or it's someone that you loved and you've split apart and you've had to let them go for whatever reasons, chosen to let them go, whatever. Like you need to live on. You need to move on. You have so much to live for. And I feel like that's what this whole reading is about, reminding us, all of us, that there's so much to live for. That it's all connected. And we're not done yet. Chapter 3 is the 6 of Swords. Move the frig on. Collect up all of that wisdom and all of those inner parts of yourself, your inner child, the mother within you, the parent within you, the nurturer who has been mistreated and taken for granted. Ha! 5 and 6, that's 11. Sorry. Right? We're moving away from the choppy waters to the calm waters, right? All of our wisdom intact. Moving on. What's chapter 4? The Page of Swords. Do you keep feeling very misunderstood? And that might be a part of this. You know, people just not understanding you and just taking things the wrong way and underestimating you. Maybe you are doing something new. You've been studying and now you just graduated college, or you just got that new job that you've been working toward. Now what? You know what I mean? And the thing about this is this Page of Swords knows exactly what the heck they're doing. They have the clarity of having been through all of this and done all of that, and they're in this rightful position, right? There's a message that they want to share, and it's clear and concise. It has a point, a beginning, an ending, boosh, right? There's no confusion. There's no mind games and manipulation going on. There is clarity and truth happening, right? Maybe that's what you need right now, right? You need that sword for the mind to just slice through all of the cords that are tethering you down, that you haven't been able to figure out how to unbind yourself from yet. What's coming up underneath Justice? It's the Devil card. Okay. There are definitely things people have done that they feel they have felt a need to atone for. There's a reminder that they don't need to hear you say goodbye. They don't always need an explanation. People really like to talk shit about ghosting, and they don't like to talk about the fact that maybe something happened and that was exactly what that person needed to do. That is how they needed to handle it. There was nothing. Maybe they tried talking and they were never heard. So why continue to waste your breath, right? And I feel like the fact that it's coming up underneath Justice speaks to me of alchemy and taking unhealthy coping mechanisms and alchemizing them, and actually, instead of giving up on oneself or getting lost in the sauce, pulling themselves out, being their own savior. And anything else that they have going on is by choice. It is with intention, right? The whole duality of the yin and yang, the light and the dark, and embracing oneself and being that ascending or feeling or whatever proper frickin' word for it, the singularity of it all, right? Being able to recognize what is making you react a type of way. Why you may still have anger festering underneath it all, because there's still root things that you need to work on. There's still things, we're done with symptoms. This whole season, with everything the planets have been doing, this time, as we're leading into the 222 portal, has been such a time of transformation. The past year plus especially have been such a time for transformation for so many of us, and figuring out exactly what earthly anything we accept for ourselves as we move on, and leaving behind the things that don't belong to us anymore. Coming up underneath the 5 of Cups is the Knight of Swords. So we have both the Page and the Knight of Swords present in this reading. And I'm finding it really interesting that the numbers I'm looking at for the tarot are 5, 6, 11, but also 15. And if we put a 5 to that 11, we have 16, right? Listen, the fact that my dyscalculia brain is even willing to talk like that is pretty darn amazing, or however that word's pronounced. It's basically dyslexia with numbers. The Knight of Swords is the fastest knight in the tarot. It's the complete opposite of the Pentacles, right? This is an hour. This is a day, if we want to talk about time frame. Hey. If any kind of warning, because it's coming up underneath the 5 of Cups, so if there's anything, like, don't be hasty. Don't just be like, fine then. You know what I mean? And sacrifice things that you don't need to sacrifice just so that you can move on. It's not about sacrificing yourself anymore. That's not it anymore. right? This knight knows exactly who they are and exactly what they're doing. If there's clarity and lack of confusion going on with the Page of Swords, but one of my favorite things about the Knight of Swords is the fact that we can't see the whole sword. So it's like it's going up into the heavens. It's connecting with the divine. And it's almost like this message coming out isn't just their own. They're sharing something. They were sent out for a very particular mission. And they're not fucking around. I mean, they might collect 200 after passing go, but they're not pausing. There's no pause. There is only go. There is only do. I have this mission. I'm gone. They're like a freight train. So just be sure that you're not quite freight train mentality and plowing things down. And like I said, sacrificing things that have no business being sacrificed, okay? Now, under the Six of Swords is the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles, it could be someone, 4, 5, 6. It could be someone who knows what they want, knows what they need, knows what sustains them, and will not accept anything else. No ands, ifs, or buts. And the problem with this is it's like that control thing that we talk about when it comes to the law of assumption and manifestation and co-creating with the divine universe. This is, I have money, I have my savings, I have my set things that I like, the way that I want things to be, and it's on my mind. I'm clinging to it. I'm standing on it. I will not change my mind. And the problem with that is it's blocking you. It blocks us from the abundance that we could be receiving. It blocks us from the love that we could be receiving. This is Pentacles. Pentacles are everything. And we also have, like, I'm being drawn to the 4, 5, and then 6. So the fact that this Four of Pentacles is coming up underneath the Six of Swords, I would like to think is a recognition of how you were trying so hard to control specific things that you're meant to let go of, that you're meant to have faith on. You know what I mean? There's enough that you can do. There's enough that you do have control and power over, like yourself and your own free will. And the way your mind works, the way you take care of yourself, right? You have control over those like a motherfucker, hopefully. So you need to loosen up. Loosen up. Like, this is someone who has been down in it long enough that they felt like that's where they belonged. And it's just, you're being shown, no, that's not where you belong. And this is a season, this is a time that you're gaining the clarity for that. So I would like to think that you're at least in the in-between phase of this. You're no longer stuck in the muck and the mire, but you're still shaking it off. There's still certain tendrils that are wrapped around your arm like venom. You know what I mean? With Spider-Man and stuff. There's still certain things that you're working through, that you're healing. Okay? And you've got this. You just need to trust yourself, right? If there's anyone you can trust, it's yourself. And something tells me that you know that, right? You've got all of that wisdom gained from all of these experiences, right? And I feel like a big part of this is because of shit like this, right? And having bullshit going on, and it just kind of becomes what we expect, right? We're creatures of habit. But this is us saying, no, I have new habits now. I want more than this cycle ever had to offer me, but being able to honor the wisdom gained from it. What's coming up underneath the Page of Swords? The Moon. The Moon. Let's honor how far we've come. Honor how much we've learned, right? That's coming up underneath the Page of Swords. You know enough. Everything you need is right there within you. You know enough. You know what sustains you, and you know that you have it already. So what were you clinging to? What are you truly holding closest to you? What's the epilogue? The epilogue to this tale is the great freaking Two of Cups, fam. What did I tell you? There's a new beginning that's trying to come in. And just take it with some grace, fam. Take it with some grace. You've learned so much. Look at this. Okay. This could be love. This is either way, it's harmony. It's being able to join together and create together, right? But my favorite thing about this is how it looks like the High Priestess and the Fool. Just, okay then. You know what I mean? Acceptance. It's acceptance and a healthy relationship. That's what all of this healing has been for. Remember that with these two, we have the Lovers, and they're also present here. But that chain, that's loose. It is slack, fam. They are not tugging. There's a safe word, and they haven't felt the need to say it yet. Right? Fam. If you don't let go of your ideals, of your ideas, very specific things that you keep expecting, then you're cutting yourself off from better. You need to leave that loophole in your manifestations, fam, in your mantras, in your affirmations, or 10 times better. Or everything is working out, has worked out better than 100 times better than I could have ever imagined, right? What's on the bottom of that? How's that for some wisdom? On the bottom of the tarot deck is the Hierophant. That's another 5 card, fam. 5 and 5 is 10. So, there's no 3. We skipped from the 2 to the 4. But that's okay. I don't mind. What are the extra notes to this? I feel like everything that you've been through, I feel like this is a running theme. This Hierophant keeps coming out. So maybe you've watched one of my other videos and this is just a continuation for you and I. But it feels like there's wisdom you're meant to be sharing. Maybe you're meant to do a blog or a vlog. Maybe you're meant to write a book. Maybe you're meant to be a teacher, a life coach, or some kind of positive vibes religious figure. You're someone that people want to hear, that they want to receive advice and information from, that they want to learn from. Extra note number 1, my favorite Neville Goddard quote. How would you feel if you were free? Right? What does freedom mean for you right now? Actual freedom. How would you feel? Not the details, not the car, not the house in Calabasas, not the diamonds, not the details of it all. How would you feel if you were free? How would you feel if you had everything you freaking wanted? How would you feel, fam? That's what you cling to. That's what you hold on to. That's what you accept, okay? And someone has some work drama going on. Work drama. On the bottom is clean house, literally. There you go. There's somebody who starts shit all the time. Yeah, there's toxicity in your radius, in your, what's the word for that? You know, realm. And you just need to remove the tick, fam. Remove the tick, all right? With respect, with love. Either way, I feel like that's part of your clarity, is recognizing, nah. You know what I mean? Just, nah. How about, nah? And you're knowing, you're opting out and you're embracing that wisdom. But seriously, whatever these things are referring to, you need to remember what the other card that we saw first. It's all within you, fam. It's all within you. Everything you need to move on, to start this new journey. Just open up and accept, okay? Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I really appreciate your company. I really, really appreciate sharing these vibes with you and all that good. And I do wish you the best, fam. I wish you the best. And yeah, always remember that I love you.